we've got two of your favorite Hollywood hubbies. Duane Martin and Jackie Long are here, baby. Plus, you've seen them on TV, and now we're seeing if they're worth your money. We're looking out for you guys. We're testing out a batch of exercise gadgets with the return of Buy or Deny.
I'm buying everything.
I know. And later, it's time to honor some good people who do great things for others when we present one of my favorite segments, first ever Real Deal Awards.
Yes.
It's a big day, people.
Yes. It's gonna be awesome.
But more importantly, how about we kick it off with some girl chat, you guys?
Yes, yes, because I have some tea I would like to ask my
I
friends.
am ready to hear.
Tell us.
Okay, on my way to work today, right? Y'all know I love me some Taylor Swift. And I really, really love her because, you know, she likes to write about, you know, her exes and how wrong they did her. And I enjoy that about her, right? And so it got me thinking, like, after a bad breakup, is it cool to publicly speak about your ex? Especially if they did you, like, dirty and stuff?
That's the only way to do it.
That's
Is
what
you
I
did you
said.
dirty. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I appreciate because, you know, as a songwriter, I write about all my boyfriends. They just don't know it.
And see, as a comic, that's what I do.
Right.
I like to, you know, that's why I tell people, look, if you date me, you might end up being a punchline, all right? So just
And they know that, and they know that coming in, right? So people who date
Nah, I
Taylor
don't
Swift.
tell nobody. I ain't never told nobody till now.
No? Okay.
But if they date
What I
you
mean
and
for
they know
Taylor
that you're
Swift.
an artist, they know
Yeah.
that you're inspired by your life.
Oh, no, they feel it now. Yeah, no.
But no, I guess what I'm saying is for Taylor Swift, people who date Taylor Swift, they obviously know that,
Yes.
oh my gosh, if I do her wrong, I'm probably
yeah,
going
they
to end
know.
up being in a song.
And guess
Right.
what? If you made that bed, you're sleeping in it.
Yeah.
If you cause a girl heartache, guess what? That's
Deal
your
with
fault.
it.
I might have to deal with it.
I love this saying that says you own the rights to your life story.
Yeah.
And if people wanted you to say good things about them, they would have behaved better.
You're absolutely right. You know what? That's a good point, Adrienne, because, you know, I mean, I just feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody, like, I'm not, and then we break up, I'm not gonna tell anything, you know, personal about you that you
No.
told me that happened in your life. But I'm sure gonna tell my experience with you.
Yeah.
But you
And
know
you
what
have
I
a
mean?
right to do that.
In the case of Taylor Swift, what if she exaggerating? Because we never hear the other
No.
side.
No.
We never hear the guys.
I don't
Oh,
listen,
really?
I
That's
don't
a lot
feel
of
that.
guys.
I don't feel it in my spirit.
Yeah, I don't think she's exaggerating because the lyrics are
Yes,
real.
child.
You know what I mean? When you listen to it,
That
you're like,
might
oh,
be,
man.
you know, this is Hollywood. It
No,
could
but
be.
there
you know.
are two sides to every story. I do
True.
agree with that. There are two sides to every story. I had an ex that cheated on me, and when we broke up, his family asked me, like, we all decided, we made an agreement that we would not speak about it publicly. And I was cool with that because I think being cheated on is embarrassing, you know,
Yeah.
that sometimes, but at the same time, I think people can learn from your experience.
Yeah.
And those Taylor Swift songs get girls through it.
Yeah.
They're in their
Yes.
cars singing at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting their feelings out. But for me, in my experience, you know, we had made this agreement that we weren't going to talk about it. And then, you know, the family was on TV, and I later saw an episode where they discussed it. And I was like, well, wait, I thought we said we
made a
weren't
pact.
talking
Talk
about
about
it.
it.
And then once their side was told, then I felt like, okay, well, then my side should be told as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And how
Yes,
did
you
you
have every
feel
right.
once you told your side?
No, well, I feel like when I watched it on TV with the rest of the world, I was like, wait.
What had happened?
What had happened
Yeah.
was that I thought we weren't talking about this, but I
Right.
guess we were saving it for an episode, and I didn't know.
Well, now you're on TV, so why don't you relive it again? Tell us what
No,
happened.
for me, I just felt like I was cool with keeping my silence. But you know, when I did have an opportunity to share my side of the story, again, I feel like there is something that makes you feel like you're not the only one that's been there, done that. When you hear someone that you either seen on TV that's been cheated on,
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, Halle Berry got cheated on. It can't be that bad for all
Was
of
it your
us.
fault or his fault?
No, he cheated.
So are we just gonna assume on who you're talking about, or you're gonna say who you're talking about?
We know who we're talking about.
Well, why we not saying their names? This is,
I dated Rob. Everybody knows I
Yeah,
dated
but what
Rob.
I'm saying is,
what's the last name?
I'm done with you.
I almost lost my
Producers,
train
you
of
gonna
thought.
put the picture up for me, right? Okay? Okay,
Done.
thank you. Because
Done.
here's the picture, America. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I can only speak from my experience. When we're on this show, The Real, I've had 3 boyfriends, Aaron Flores, Rob Kardashian, and Lenny Santiago.
I think what affects you is that you get
Ridicule.
backlash from his family.
Yeah,
and you
and
gotta
that's
just
not-
like let that go. I mean,
Yeah.
I
you
don't
gotta
mean any
let that
harm to
go.
them. I've always said they're good people.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
nice
about
people.
them. They're nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just went through a situation, and I think it was important for me to say that I wasn't being some evil person that I felt I was depicted
Right.
to be, that she won't answer my calls, or she's being mean to me, she won't forgive
And Adrienne,
me.
you have every right
I was
to
hurt.
tell
Your
your
story.
story. It is your personal experience,
Yes.
and I applaud you
Yeah.
for just
And you
being
need
able
to
to just
stop.
be brave enough to do that.
You need to stop letting them make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Because you want to tell your side of the story. Because I will back you up all the time, okay? And you have
Me
a
too.
right. And I know that family, and I can take all of them, okay?
Okay.
And I don't mind saying it.
I just felt like, they had a platform
Sweet
at the
pea.
time, and now I do too, and
It's
that's
only
okay.
fair.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're famous or if you're not famous.
Yeah.
A heartbreak is a heartbreak.
That's
Yes.
And how you got to get over it is how you got to get over it.
Right.
Like for me, the Taylor Swift song, I ain't never, ever getting back together. To me,
Right.
I mean, it just spoke volumes. Like, oh my God, I felt that way. I don't care what you bring to me, who you are. You can hit the lottery. Well, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying,
But people
never
acted
get
like
back
I
together.
committed a crime for feeling like I could never go back to that situation. They act like I had done something awful.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
I think what I also really respect about Taylor is that when she voices her opinion about what she's been through, it's very clear that that's her experience
Yep.
and her feelings.
Yep.
So she's
Her story.
classier than going at it by naming names, calling them, certain names. Like I hear
Yeah.
songs like that where they call them, a hoe or call them a jerk or whatever, and then it's like
Yeah.
that's your feelings, but then you're conveying a perception.
Yeah, but when it's necessary, like the Big Sean song is very necessary to say that. No shade. Sometimes it just has to be said.
What is he saying in it?
He's saying, I don't care.
Okay, so that's
And
You
God.
felt that, Tank
I'm telling you, the song, I mean, it speaks to me. I feel like that's my theme song.
But
Every
is he
time I
calling
watch-
her anything?
Well, it's a hard, because it's
Yeah.
a rap song, so it's a little harder
I guess
than
for
Taylor
me,
Swift.
But he was talking about his ex-girlfriend at the time, right?
Have you guys ever publicly shamed an ex or
So that's
someone
what I
that
was
you
gonna
dated?
say.
Gene,
I
you
can
never
back
talk
you
about
up.
your exes. Have you ever had a bad breakup experience and talk smack about them afterwards?
Okay, so yes, I've been hurt many times, but I've done jerky things. I've been a big jerk.
Really?
Yes.
Jeannie might have jerk. I would have never guessed
Yes,
that.
I did.
Really?
Because I wasn't considering when you're young, you do stupid things. You
Yeah.
had to have been there. You do
I
stupid things.
for
look
sure
back-
have been there too. When I was younger, I had actually cheated on my first boyfriend, and I never recognized the pain that could cause somebody because it had never happened to me. And I think when it did, I was like,
Right.
like, oh my God, this hurts. But like, oh, it hurts. But it doesn't just hurt like your heart, it hurts your ego. You question, is there something wrong with me? Was I not good enough? Like, why wasn't I enough? Or did I do something wrong? Am I not hot enough? Do I not have a hot enough body? Am I not success? Whatever it is. So I feel like even when you get cheated on, it sometimes teaches you something about yourself as well. And
I
there's a
think that
lesson
too.
to be learned.
I think that too. And
Yeah.
Jeannie, you said that you were, you've done wrong in the past.
Yeah.
What would you apologize for?
So, okay, Darrell Peterson out there. He was like my first love. And
Darrell.
he was a sweetie. And yes, Lonnie, he was black.
Darrell's a black name.
It is, and he's a black man. And
Of course.
yes, I
Of
appreciate
course.
black
And
men.
there's-
Okay.
yes,
But
that's-
I do.
Duh.
They're beautiful. Yes. So I feel bad though because I didn't break up with him properly. I just kind of like let it just kind of end because I wasn't mature and I was chasing after my career. And do you remember pagers back then?
Like a beeper?
Ooh, that was a long time
So,
ago.
That was
Two-way pager
pagers?
or a beeper?
Pagers, a beeper, Zach
Got it.
Morris style. And do you remember when you could put in text codes with your letters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put 1773 1200173.
What does
which
that
is,
mean?
We are done.
That long ago, though? Pages was like in the 80s, though.
Well, then that means she's not like a recent jerk. That's like
No,
when
this
she
was back
young.
then before, but I felt really bad about that, you guys, because he wrote me love letters and he went to my house and dropped off flowers. He talked to my mom. My mom was like, "What's wrong with the black boy? Why he crying?" And I was like, "Close the door. Don't answer it."
But,
I was bad. I was
but
bad.
that's another question. What do you do about the guys that are like,
I'm sorry, Darrell. I'm sorry, and I will
nothing
friend you on Facebook and
five.
let's talk about this.
okay, so speaking of the guys that show up at your door, write you the love letters.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're dealing with like a stage 5 clinger? Like
What
somebody
you mean?
that you try to break up with and they just don't
Don't
go
do it.
away. They won't accept it. They show up at your mother's house.
Yes.
They write you love letters.
Or they text you things continuously.
Exactly.
To just see, how are you? Hey, and you're like, are we done?
I feel like that's the story of my life. I do.
What, you got a
I
clinger?
mean, no, that I have clingers.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, no shade, but I am a real good woman, right? And so I was raised, you know, in a Southern household. So, you know, I was raised, to, you know, to take care of the house and be, you know, business.
You are like wifey material.
Oh yeah, I can do everything
All day,
except
every
for
day.
arts and crafts. Everything except for arts and crafts.
That's fine.
So I cook from scratch, like chicken and dumplings, real dumplings.
Right.
Even
I've
after
had-
she
like
comes
that.
home from this job.
I've had
Yeah.
Tay-Tay's tacos.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
You
Enchiladas.
enjoy that.
So good.
They enjoy that too, and that's why I'm saying they start to cling a whole,
Okay.
you know, a whole
Got
lot.
it.
But what you really got to do, you got to act like, you know, you're kind of crazy a little bit for them to stop clinging.
turn them
you.
off?
Yeah.
Give
That's
me an
the key.
example of being crazy.
Well, you got to act like you have a crazy brother.
Okay.
A crazy boyfriend.
Or
a
you
new
just
boyfriend.
gotta act a little, you know, like
Off.
psycho, like you don't have it all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they kind of, you know, drift away after that because nobody want no real
I used
problems.
to act like I had karate moves.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I
You
think
leave
that's
me alone?
cute, Lonnie.
I feel like, why can't you just have I was gonna say a civilized conversation, but you know.
No, but
Well,
you know,
but
I
the
don't
clingers,
think
it's true.
clingers,
with
I
a
don't think
crazy
that's
person.
The
civilized.
cleaners are in that mode
Yeah.
where they're
They don't
into
wanna let go.
desperate mode. Yeah. They're seeing other things. They're
And they hear
hanging
other
onto your
things.
hair. They're never gonna give the things that you have at your house at their house.
But I don't
back.
feel like Tam had clingers because she's so upfront and honest.
What? Say that again?
You upfront and honest.
I am.
You hurt people's feelings.
I do.
Not purposely.
Oh,
this
you're
is not
just
correct.
honest.
I just remember her. She telling me a story a while ago about
But
an
I
ex-boyfriend.
have to honestly say, sometimes the meaner you are,
The more they
longer
cling.
they stay.
Yeah, they like it.
They like it.
Because
do
they
like a
don't
show.
hear, like, you say, I
don't like you.
and they hear, there's a possibility.
Yes.
That's what they
No,
hear.
I don't like you.
I had a
mean,
guy
you're saying
friend.
there's a chance.
Exactly.
Yes.
I had a guy
Only
friend
there's a chance.
that was trying to break up with the woman that he was with for like almost 10 years. They had children. And I'll never forget this. He was like, yo, I moved out the house. I have my own apartment. And she's still telling her girlfriends, see, he's just trying to show me. He's trying to show me. I'm like, he has his own place. What do you mean he's trying to show you?
So then what's the key? One, being really mean to them, but like what, ignoring them totally?
I will say this: there are some people who will be together, they'll break up, and then they'll just have sex with that clinger, and that is not
Somebody's
cool.
clapping over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that
She's
happens,
like-
right? That's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah,
like if you,
It
some
confuses
people,
the situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
but
they think it makes that
sometimes
person really
it's
think
so
they have a
good. Sometimes,
No,
you know.
Lonnie, that's the
you be like,
worst. Lonnie, that's the worst.
Wait, I have a really good one.
What?
What about the guys that you say, please don't
Call me or
don't call me or talk to me anymore? So you tell them, don't talk to me anymore. And you really don't want to be with them anymore. But you still hoping that you almost hope that there'll be a stage 5 clinger.
Right.
Because it feeds your ego?
Yeah, and so you tell them, don't ever talk to me again. And can you believe he never wrote
talk
me
to
again?
again?
What?
That's so true.
Wait a second. Or I have an even better one. What about when you ask for your keys back and you tell them, hey, leave it at the front desk, and they say they have to give them to you in person? I'm telling you all, that is the trick. They know that if you see them and you have to actually have a moment with them,
yes.
Well, you
you're
guys,
not getting those keys back.
There's this story that I read about this 37-year-old woman. I mean, obviously, she's a stage 5 clinger. She actually had 1,000 coffee mugs made of her face.
What?
And what she would do is she would tell the baristas, hey, if you see a cute guy, come in here, give him this mug of my face and see if, they're possibly interested. She even went further than that. And you know how sometimes you can mold the foam to look like a palm tree or a heart?
Yeah.
She had the foam made out of her face.
What?
I think that's really cute.
You do? I think that's slightly off.
Not
I think
randomly.
that's cute too.
You
I
do?
know.
Oh my gosh, Lonnie!
I want one. I want one.
Hold on for a second.
It's like 1-800-DATE Lonnie.
Our next guests are handsome, funny, and talented enough to play some of the toughest roles on TV as themselves. They're two of the real husbands of Hollywood, Duane Martin and Jackie Lowe.
Please speak.
Okay.
Okay, So whatever it lands on, you gotta give.
Well,
Come on over.
you know what? I got a lot.
My feet hurt though.
Look, I heard your ankle.
Bonnie always gets it.
Bonnie always
Yes,
gets
and listen, Morris Chestnut told me you smell good.
Right there.
You feel good. Yeah? She said she smells good. You gotta get her, D.
He's not afraid to
No,
say
good. You
got
gotta
it,
get your
baby.
life. She got good smelling, good looking feet.
Now they smell good. I'm just playing.
Jackie, you're doing too much.
Oh, I was just.
Thank you, guys.
I heard she hurt her ankle.
Guys,
All right,
yeah.
so Duane, you've been married to Tisha Campbell, who is our girl. We love her so
Love
much.
her.
God.
For 18 years, you guys. Give it up.
18? What? 18?
18.
The last time we was here.
No, I had an option at 17. I should.
I'm a poppy for her.
So Duane, even in the best marriages,
Yeah.
there are hall passes. So give them up. Who are yours and Tisha's hall passes?
Ah, wow. Well, Tisha can't have a hall pass.
Oh, it's a
No,
man.
her, I
That's a
think-
double standard.
No, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I was cool with that because you know he don't want her.
Oh my God.
My hall pass is Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
That's good because you
But
can't
wait.
have her neither. All right, Jackie. So you're the new single one. And rumor has it that you have a little secret weapon for getting the ladies. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little afraid to ask. But what is it?
Well, I like to cook.
Really?
Yeah.
Where we from?
That's a
I
good
love
one.
to, huh?
Where you from?
Cook, Jackie.
I'm from Altadena, Pasadena, where the grass is greener. Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
So what do you like to cook? What can you cook to get the ladies?
I'll cook what you like.
Well, I'm an old Southern girl. And say she was single, what would you make me?
For you, since you're a Southern girl, I'll make you some collard greens, some baked chicken with gravy, little macaroni and cheese.
Hallelujah.
Okay, and then just so she can have a little fat on her, get that
Bring it to the-
cornbread.
bring it-
I know how to make it all.
Collard greens. Okay, Duane, you've been on Real Husbands of Hollywood since season 1, and you basically play exaggerated versions of yourself. Now, do fans sometimes get confused and get upset with some of the things that you guys say?
The guy's always saying that I do shady business deals, which, you know, I really don't in real life, but the exaggerated version is that I do, right? Because there's always an angle. You know, I like the gray area. But people like the breakaway suit. And in that episode, people come up to me and want to buy breakaway suits.
Like for real, they think
For real.
you have
Like
them.
people from Detroit texting and tweeting and all like, yo, man, where can I get that breakaway suit? Right? Is this breakaway? No, this ain't breakaway.
Jackie,
though.
you're the newbie of the crew, so I need to know how you stand up to the rest of the cast. I'm gonna give you 3 quick questions, give me 3 quick answers.
Okay.
Who would win in a wrestling match, you or Nelly?
Me, because I'll let Nelly win to get his girls.
Okay. Who looks better shirtless, you or Boris?
That'll be me, because I'm younger.
And confident.
Okay, who's better at picking up the ladies, you or Nick Cannon?
I just got your number this morning.
Yes, somebody's quick with it.
So we've been hanging out with some of our favorite Hollywood hubbies, Duane Martin and Jackie Long. Now, I know you boys have been handled honey-do list in a day or two, especially you, Duane, building your club and stuff. And so we figured we'd give you a list of our own. Is that cool?
Yep.
Honeys, do you mind building us a coffee table?
I don't mind.
You should not. All right, it's a race against time to see which hubby can do the fastest assembling. When we play, Mitch or Man.
Mitch right there.
Okay, this is how this is gonna go. Duane, Jeannie, and Adrienne are gonna read the directions, and Jackie, Tamara, and Lonnie, y'all gonna read yours. All right?
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do this. Are we ready? Set, go!
Like that. Grab this. Just go over here like this. We're here with it. It's handicap. It's gonna be handicap.
Lonnie's cheating.
Oh, don't shade me, Duane.
2 at a time. Adrienne, help.
No. No. No.
Ours was broken.
No.
Oh,
They beating us.
Jackie is killing on right now.
Y'all get up.
There you go.
Jeannie!
We're missing pieces.
Jenny can't do that. Get that, Lonnie.
You stole our pieces.
Lonnie's getting it back.
No,
We're gonna
give
be
it
fine.
back.
We're missing.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, where we at?
Now push the other one.
Okay, here we go.
You got this. We beat them.
Where we at?
Look, where is he going? You don't even know. You not
Yeah?
Oh my God, you guys are cheating.
Nice.
cheating.
Nice.
My leg.
You're done cheating. That's cheating.
My
That's
leg.
very clever. Very clever.
Get it in there. Get it in there. Get me holding for so long.
Here. No. Jeannie, go.
Okay, absolutely horrible.
Y'all cheated.
It's nowhere.
cheated.
Okay, Lonnie.
They cheat. They cheat. They cheat.
Sit.
All right.
Just put on my shoe. Put on my shoe. Put on my shoe. We got it.
Y'all cheated.
We got it.
All right. Technically, Duane won. Y'all both have
He cheated.
It was a little shady. It was a little
It's
shady.
very
It was
shady.
John cheated.
What happened?
That does not count. Ours count. I'm an engineer, and I say we won.
Hey, Lonnie,
No, I'm
you
not.
engineered some bull.
Where's
All right. Chinese, and that looks like it was made in my country.
That's the table.
Not okay.
That's the table that was in the middle. It don't count.
take us out? We can
Have some
argue
nuts.
all day about this.
Yeah.
We love coming across stories about people doing selfless acts for others. We started a little something to honor all of you guys out there doing good deeds. Everyone, get ready to celebrate. It's time for the Real Deal Award.
Yeah.
Recently, when Valley Springs Manor, an assisted living facility, was closed by the Department of Social Services, 16 elderly residents were left behind with no place to go. With no money to pay the employees, everyone walked away except for 2 men, a cook and a janitor. These 2 stayed behind to distribute meds, cook, clean, and keep a watch over the elderly residents for 3 days until the state stepped into place the residents. And now, those 2 men are here with us today. Please welcome Miguel Alvarez and Maurice Rowland. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's jump back to when all of your co-workers left and you 2 were the only 2 men standing. What did you guys think?
I worked in the kitchen and Miguel was the janitor. When he came in and we were like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Because everybody left and we made an agreement that we just gonna stay there until all of the residents was out of the building. So that was like our little bond that we made at that time. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Yeah, we've been friends for 15 years, so you know what I mean? So, it's,
That
We like family, so, you know, the residents was like our family at that time, and we know that they looked at us like they relied and depended on us, so we didn't want to leave them behind like that. You know?
Yeah.
Wow,
Pretty
that's
hard.
so amazing. The 2 of you had to replace all of the workers who walked away. I mean, was it really, really hard filling all of those different roles?
yeah, I was just a janitor, then I had
Yeah.
to be a caretaker, so
Right.
I have a 5-year-old son, so I knew how to clean somebody,
Right.
for my little son,
I
But
didn't-
it
I
was
didn't-
kind of hard, though, a little bit,
Yeah.
It wasn't a little, it was something
It's a
big.
big problem situation.
So it was a big surprise for me, so, you know what I mean?
You know, we had to do what we had to do. We got
Yes.
through it, so.
Yeah, it was hard.
It sounds like you guys were working around the clock, like
24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
My eyes were like wired with coffee, like, where should I go?
What kept you guys motivated, though, to do
Just
that?
family, being like a family person, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And being abandoned when I was younger and just knowing not to leave, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, leave somebody who does that, man. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It just felt
How many
like the
people are
right
there,
thing
you
to
know
do,
what I mean?
you know? It felt like the right thing to do, and
For sure.
that's what we did. We wrote it
Yeah.
out.
Who relieved you? What happened after that?
We had to keep calling like the fire department because a lot of residents were getting sick, you know, because we giving out the meds that we know that they're
Right.
supposed to get, but some of them we weren't getting all of their meds. So we end up having to call the fire department like 4 or 5 times to come get residents one at a time. And then finally they said, like, what's going on here? We explained to them what was going on. But, you know, the good thing about it is that we were able to change the legislation in California for 2014 for the residential care for the elderly, that prevents this from happening to other residents like worldwide.
All because of you.
So you guys had the rules changed in the state because of the great hearts that you had. That is just amazing.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you. You treat people the way you want to be treated, you know?
Oh, well, Miguel and Maurice, they say you should do unto others as others do unto you. So we think that because you two are a true representation of how we should all be treating each other, we would like to honor you both with the Real Deal Award.
Yes.
That is cool.
Get it?
Miguel and Maurice, thank you so much for coming by and for everything you both did out of the kindness of your heart.